Placing ads, here again, I just want to talk about this. I get this question a lot. We have tried to place ads. I know other coaches have placed some big ads in some of the, in home-based business magazines, and none of them have done very well. So I'm going to tell you that, unless somebody's got a better one that's worked for them, I've never found much success with placing ads in newspapers and things like that, especially display ads. I mean, they can be very expensive. Typically, it takes 7 to 10, 7 to 8 or so impressions of somebody seeing something. So typically, most people are, they're, struggling to get a bunch of money together and place an ad in a paper or magazine, which costs thousands of dollars. You can group together with people and do it. I did talk to a top income earning coach here who spent thousands of dollars for the magazine. I think it's called the Home Business Connection or something maybe. And it did not do well for him, and he's down thousands of dollars. So it just did not work. Now, of course, that could be the ad and everything else. Maybe not be the magazine's fault, but that takes a lot of money, and you also got a lead time sometimes with magazines and things like that of several months before the ad comes out. So I'm not a big fan of that, and that's just my own 2 cents worth for you for what it's worth. Social media, we've got training on that. I'm not going to get into it, but I know people, there's people that are building businesses strictly using Facebook. Now, it takes a lot longer because you're building relationships with strangers typically. As I said, it is a great way to do it for, reconnecting with friends and stuff and doing searches, things like that. You can find personal trainers on Facebook, things like that as well. Like I said, I don't know about Twitter and all that. There's a couple different ways you can do that with also MySpace. But if you go to the Team Fit Revolution back office to the training section, you'll see a great training by Mike and Tammy French on how to build your Team Beachbody business using social media. We have 2 great trainings in the back of Team Fit Revolution on using how to go after personal trainers. Personal trainers are hurting right now. They're actually in 2 camps. It's actually interesting. It's just started to change just a little bit here in the last month or so. We're hearing a couple different things. So what happened was, because of the economy, when personal trainers are out there charging $60 to $70 an hour for the most part to hover over somebody and motivate them and help them count reps. And when the economy got sour, a couple of years ago, one of the first people that we started noticing that was struggling, we actually had one today we spoke with too. He said his business is just really down because when it comes to spending $70 an hour or putting food on the table or gas in the car, guess who's not getting paid? And it's the personal trainers. Now, what's happened here a little bit more we're hearing, and now I don't know if this is going to stick or not, but we're finding that some people have decided that, they've been in this like 2-year kind of recession thing, and they've been holding back and not going anywhere and not going on vacations and things like that. So they're going, you know what, I'm going to splurge again. And some of them are starting to go to personal trainers instead of going on a thousands of dollars vacation. They're adding little subtleties like getting a personal trainer again. You'll also find a lot of personal trainers are getting into group classes. Now, this is one of the personal trainers in my group, and in Cody. He went so far as to kind of put the little swoosh on his wall, which I believe he had to take off because he got in trouble with compliance. But if you look over here, think about personal trainers that have their own studios now. You got them in your area; they're all over the place. So they can't do the workouts, meaning they can't like sit there and do a P90X or Insanity workout and do the whole 90-day thing. But according to compliance, they can pop it in once or twice a week and get people in. They can't charge for it or anything like that. It has to be like a free class. They can't say, it's got to be part of whatever their regular membership is. What Cody did here, and it's kind of hard to see me, but he got piping from a local hardware store, and he put just pull-up bars all around the studio. They're over here. He put them in the middle of the room. He just hung them off. I don't know. I'm not sure what he did up in there, but he bolted things down to the ground. So this is what he did, and he's very successful. I think he's almost a 3-star diamond now. He's out of Colorado. Great guy. But here again, think about personal trainers. They're a great group of people to go after because we're fitness, and they're going to be a great resource. Now, we have trainings here again, teamfitrevolution.com. Go to the training, or you're going to go to the marketing section, we have a website that you can use, been approved by corporate, and it's called personaltrainerbenefits.com. And what we do, and I'm going to give you the simplistic thing that we do, is you can go find your personal trainers and your sort of do a local Yahoo search, a local Google search. You can do a local phone book search in your area and find these personal trainers and call them up. And I give you the script and everything you need to do on what to say. Now, I drive them. I'll call up a whole bunch of them. You can call them after hours if you want to, and there's a script for how to say it to them. Call them. Some people are afraid to call personal trainers up. Then I tell them, okay, if you're just definitely afraid to talk to somebody, then pick up the phone and leave them a message and tell them to visit your website, personaltrainerbenefits.com. Now, there's no contact information on that site. That site sits out in cyberspace. It has a 6-minute audio. It's got a 2.5-minute or 3-minute little video of a bunch of personal trainers showing up at corporate. And then it's also got some content on there, and it talks to personal trainers about the issues most of them face with their business right now with this new, quote-unquote, new economy. So go to teamfitrevolution.com, marketing tab, and you'll find all the instructions you need to use that site. You'll find copy and paste emails. You'll find the phone script that you can use. I mean, it's there for you to do if you want to go after personal trainers. So they're a great resource. They're already into fitness, so use them. We also talk about Craigslist and how you can go after personal trainers using Craigslist. And there's here again a sample ad that you can use back there that you can put up on Craigslist. And there's also Backpage, which is another kind of another Craigslist type thing. And there's a couple other online places like that. Just be very careful that you can't sell products on Craigslist and auction sites like eBay and things like that, but you can market the business within the policies and procedures and guidelines that Beachbody has in place on Craigslist. So you go into the fitness section there, and here again we give you the copy-paste thing. Most of those ads are free, and some of the bigger cities, I think it's like $25 or something like that. So online home parties, this is my best thing that I love to do, and I'm going to tell you why this is probably the best thing you can do